You know what? Let me go there. Let me go there. No notes, no nothing. Let me go there. Let's talk about the New York Knicks. The Knicks, I do not want to see the Knicks in a playing game. I don't want to see the Knicks in a playing game. The Knicks need to get one of the top 6 seeds to avoid the playing game because I don't think the Knicks are going to make it out alive in the playing game. And I love, for the first time since 2013, that's 8 years. 8 years. 2013. What would I say? 2017? I meant 2013. If I didn't say 2013, I meant 2013. That's 8 years, man. Then I enjoy watching the Knicks. I haven't watched a lot of the Knicks games because the NBA itself is just a little. It's not my taste. I'll go into detail later on about that. But I love watching the Knicks. The Knicks remind me of old school basketball. Yes, I guess I'm a conservative. You could call me a conservative, but I love that grind it out. You know, your defense is gonna win, not your freaking 3-point shot. That type of basketball game is what draws me in. It's what drew me in when I was a kid. When I was a little baby, 2 years old, watching the Knicks going against the Spurs, watching Michael Jordan's last shot. You know, it's funny. It's funny I remember that, but I do remember it. I do remember watching the Bulls in Utah Game 6. I do remember that. But yeah, I love the Knicks right now. Julius Randle has gained a lot of my respect. He has lost a lot of my respect too because this man is dumb. You play in the streets. You play in the park. Somebody touches the ball whenever you're jumping. You make sure you let go of the ball. You make sure you get the ball up. Shoot that thing again. My guy wants to. Kyrie touches. Yes. This is from about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. I'm still heated about that. But Kyrie touches the ball, bro. You dropped the ball. How did you not know? How did you not know not to do that? Where the hell is Randall from? I don't know. But over there, they should have taught him that. I love Emmanuel quickly. Since the day I saw him in the preseason game this year, well, I guess this past year, I knew that guy was gonna be a dog. He still is gonna be a dog. But I think he's best suited. The more and more I watch him, he's best suited as a 6-man. I wouldn't put him in the starting role. You could put Derrick Rose in the starting role. I'm not a fan of Alfred Payton. Once again, another Brooklyn debacle. My guy started saying, "Hey, I'm on him. On Kyrie, that is. My boy Kyrie gave him a little and a 3-point shot. Come on, man. Come on. Who else? RJ. I've always been a fan of RJ. I love that the Knicks picked up RJ last year. RJ is not Zion in terms of he's not a guy that's going to change a game. He's going to change the dynamic of a game. Zion from a 3, a dunk, a rebound, a pass. I believe him, when it comes to young stars, him, maybe Luka are the only young stars who could change the dynamic of a game like that. I think he's number 1 when it comes to that. But RJ isn't that. RJ plays his role, but he's a bucket getter. He's a guy that, Stephen A. Smith always talks about this. He's like, hey, man, the game is tied. Who do you go to be like, here, bring us home? RJ, I still believe RJ is the guy to do that. Even though we've been giving the ball to Julius Randle to do things like that, I believe RJ is the guy for that. RJ just needs more confidence when it comes to that. I like my guy, man. He what's my boy's name? Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards called him out. I hope, and I know he did. I know my guy wrote it down on a piece of paper. RJ, man, you're gonna be the reason why we get a top 6 seed. I believe the Knicks are making the playoffs. I know the Knicks are making the playoffs. I just don't want the Knicks to be in the play game because there's a couple dogs in that basement that I don't want the Knicks to see. Like one of them is Washington. If Washington makes the playing game, they're making the playoffs. That's that team. That team, even though the record doesn't show it, but when that team is healthy and is in sync, that team you don't want to play that team. Another team, Chicago. I've been looking eerily at Chicago a little bit here and there. Chicago, they especially after the trade now. They got someone inside in Vucevic. They got Zach LaVine, damn dog. I love what's his name, Williams. They got a bunch of players now, and I feel like now Billy Donovan is starting to get his like groove, like he's finished grooming the team. So now now the team now is just like fluidly, is that a word? Yeah, fluidly moving in motion, and they're gonna be scared. Who else we're looking at in the East? That's kind of scary. I mean, Boston's in there, Indiana's in there. You don't want to play those two teams. The Knicks saw that the other day. They didn't want to play Boston in late game. Brad Stevens, I give him this. He's one of the best late game coaches in the NBA. You don't want to get into it late game. But the Knicks, Tibbs, sorry I doubted you, man. You're my guy, Tibbs. You're my guy. I always appreciated you in Chicago because you really went back to old school basketball. You're developing your old school philosophy with the new school because you got to play new school. You got to push the pace, all that stuff. But I appreciate what you're doing for the city of New York. We all going into the season thought it was just going to be Brooklyn running through everybody and like the Knicks are going to be another lottery pick. But no, we did not see that. We seen a team that's more New York than the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets are a bunch of... And I like the Nets too. I like Kyrie, I like KD, Blake, Aldridge, Harden, all those players. But when you think... I guess when you're really from New York. When you're really from New York, you know about the grind, the hustle, the grit that you need to get out the mud, you know? I don't want to say get out of here. You know, there's not a place that... I mean, you would want to get out of here, but that's a story for another day. But there's not a place that you need to get out of here, like a Philly or Louisiana, things like that. But we know how to get it. We know how to get it out the mud. Like if you're from New York, we know how to make $1 turn into like $50. We know how to do that. And the Knicks are showing our New York colors, are proving our New York colors. Like the Nets, when the Nets are good, great NBA Finals champions already. I got a hat just to wear it on the parade. I'll be a honorary Nets fan that day. The Nets are more so like the pretty boys, like we could do our thing whenever we need to. We know we own the place. But, we're just playing around with our food. That's really what the Nets are.